All right, band directors and anybody else that would like to chime in with this. I lived in a state where we had all state and all county. This looks like this is all county, so it was just in the county I lived in at the time. And the band directors would kind of come together, and the director of bands would direct some songs. And all county wasn't as special as all state because those were the best players of the state from like all the schools of Alabama. But this probably goes back to 1990 or maybe 1991, somewhere around there when I was still in high school and thinking I could play an instrument. But do they play these songs anymore in high school? We started off with a hymn, We Gather Together. It was mainly the brass and all the choruses, because apparently this was all county, so not I don't remember the choirs being there, but apparently there was 3 different choirs, 3 different bands, because we had an A band, a B band, and a C band. They did that also for all state. I don't remember this for all county. Anyway, then Ave Maria, Newcastle March by Jay Vinson, The Gift to Be Simple, da 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 to the gift be, I can't remember the words, da 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 da. That's probably what that is. The Gift to Be Simple, The Gift to Be Free, an old tune. The Pasture by Douglas Wagner, Don Gatto. I remember hearing, I had that on a record as a kid, and I just loved Don Gatto to death. No pun intended, if you know the song. An arrangement for an elementary chorus, elementary choir there. The Crawdad song, that was, all this stuff is, okay, here's one of the high school bands, Spirit Decor, by Robert Jager, something like that. And the conductor I knew conducted us on that. Precious Lord, Take My Hand. Can public schools of a entire county come together and play this now in the 21st century? Ain't that good news? W.L. Dawson. Rosalie by Dave and Jean Perry. Dave and Jean Perry has written hundreds of music for schools and churches. Maybe we shouldn't be playing this anymore or singing it. Oh no! Oh noes! Comic duet for 2 cats. Covington Square, very common. Swearingen piece, a lot of junior high bands play. See Gloria by Vivaldi, which is Vivaldi / arranged by Davis. Hear How the Bells, a French folk carol, arranged by Susan May. March of the Three Kings. This almost sounds like Christmas music. The Little Babe, B. Britton. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, for all county, the senior high school band, Newell Long. And we stopped for some narration. No, that we had the narration. Someone did it. The story, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. That's what that is. Why would we stop for introductions at that point? That's almost the whole thing. Anyway, A Mighty Fortress, arranged by John Hotchkins. Had some staff conductors come in and perform, combined all the choirs and all 3 bands. Freedom from Shenandoah, Gary Geld. America, arranged by Roger Emerson. Not a bad arrangement. I like that one. Stars and Stripes Forever. Original Sousa. And that, in my short time as band director, that was my kick. I love a march. I love Sousa marches. To me, if your band cannot play a Sousa march and don't have the technical or the wind and the intonation or the mix to be able to play a Sousa march correctly, you need to work on your band. And how the trombones and tubas play their parts are almost always wrong. It's look at that, at their part, because everybody plays it wrong because they're playing how they hear it, they're not playing how they see it. Anyway, An American Hymn, Cecil Effinger, and the Star Spangled Banner. That's what we ended on. The audience was supposed to chime in. All the choirs came together. All the bands came together again. And we did the Star Spangled Banner after doing America, Stars and Stripes Forever, an American Hymn, which I really do like that. I really do like that one. And the Star Spangled Banner. A program of general and patriotic music. So, which is kind of really what this probably would have been about hour and a half at least to 2 hour program. I mean, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas isn't that long, but A Spirit Decor, Covington Square, Gift to Be Simple. Of course, that's a choir rendition, not the band rendition. Ave Maria. I can't remember how long Bruckner's version is when it's performed, but because I've been out of it for so long. Hymns, patriotic music. Can you do this anymore? Can you? Would you be canceled? Would you be fired from your job if your band played this music anymore? Would they have the musical talent to even attempt a Sousa march? Or would your kids, little snowflake musicians that may also happen to be in the theater at the same time, be just a little too triggered because it says America on my music? I just can't play this. I'm just so triggered. I'm so mad. I don't know.